Americans consume over 2 billion breakfast sandwiches every year. That's roughly 6 per person annually. It's the ultimate grab-and-go meal and morning fuel that gets us through traffic. Some deliver that perfect balance of protein, carbs, and satisfaction, while others serve up dry, flavorless calories that make you wonder why you didn't just grab a granola bar. So today we're ranking the 12 most popular fast food breakfast sandwiches from absolute worst to best. Hit that like button, subscribe, and grab some coffee, because our first sandwich will upset most of you. Starting at number 12, we've got McDonald's Sausage McMuffin with egg, the breakfast sandwich that defined the category but got left behind by innovation. McDonald's introduced the Egg McMuffin in 1972, essentially creating the fast food breakfast sandwich category. The Sausage McMuffin with egg followed as a heartier variation, featuring a classic English muffin, sausage patty, round egg, and American cheese that became the template everyone else copied. This sandwich has been a decades-long staple, widely available during breakfast hours, with some markets offering it all day. It's the baseline that every other breakfast sandwich gets measured against, which is both its strength and weakness. The best way to order is asking for the egg, fresh cracked on the grill, versus folded, and adding a hash brown on the side for extra texture and flavor. People consistently describe it as filling and reliable, but often call it dry and too safe compared to more modern, flavor-forward rivals. The Sausage McMuffin with egg ranks last because while it's iconic and historically significant, it's uninspired by today's standards. It's a solid baseline that gets outclassed on texture, sauce, and excitement by chains that learned from McDonald's template and improved upon it. Wendy's Bacon, Egg and Swiss Croissant claims number 11 as part of their ambitious breakfast rollout that shows promise but struggles with execution. Wendy's launched their national breakfast program in 2020, decades after competitors established their morning dominance. The Bacon, Egg, and Swiss Croissant represents their attempt to offer something more upscale than basic biscuits and muffins, featuring a buttered croissant, folded egg, applewood bacon, and Swiss cheese sauce. This sandwich is available year-round as part of Wendy's commitment to breakfast, though the chain is still working to establish morning habits among customers who primarily think of them for lunch and dinner. The best way to order is asking for a well-toasted croissant and adding extra sauce or a side of hot honey for moisture. People praise the good flavor when fresh, but the croissant can be dense and steamy from holding, losing the flaky texture that makes croissants appealing. Wendy's Bacon, Egg and Swiss ranks at number 11, because while it offers decent flavors, the inconsistent pastry execution holds it back. It trails biscuit and griddle rivals on texture, showing that croissants are challenging to execute consistently in fast food environments. Dunkin's Sourdough Breakfast Sandwich sits at number 10 as the hearty option that prioritizes substance over sophistication. Dunkin has been serving breakfast since the 1970s, but their sourdough sandwich represents a more recent attempt to offer heartier options beyond their traditional donuts and muffins. The sandwich features double egg, cheese, and your choice of bacon or sausage on thick sourdough toast, designed to be substantial and travel well. This sandwich is available year-round and reflects Dunkin's understanding that their customers need portable breakfast options that can survive commutes and busy mornings without falling apart. The best way to order is adding extra cheese or a sauce packet and requesting hotter toast to prevent sogginess. People appreciate that it's substantial and portable, but the bread can skew dry without enough cheese or sauce to provide moisture and flavor. Dunkin's sourdough breakfast sandwich ranks at number 10 because while it's big and dependable, the dryness and muted flavors keep it in the lower tier. It's functional breakfast food that fills you up without necessarily exciting your taste buds. We would probably just go with a donut. Starbucks Impossible Breakfast. Sandwich earns number 9 as the plant-based option that sounds progressive but tastes like reheated leftovers. Starbucks has been serving breakfast sandwiches since the mid-2000s, but the Impossible Breakfast Sandwich represents their commitment to plant-based options in response to changing dietary preferences. It features plant-based breakfast sausage with egg and cheddar on ciabatta, available nationally year-round as Starbucks' flagship vegetarian breakfast option. The problem is Starbucks' centralized prep model. These sandwiches are made off-site, wrapped in plastic, and sit in display cases until someone orders one. Then they get reheated in a convection oven, which turns what should be a fresh breakfast experience into something that tastes like it's been waiting around for hours. The best way to order is asking for a well-toasted reheat and adding hot sauce for extra flavor pop, though no amount of reheating can restore the texture that's been lost to sitting under heat lamps. People find it a respectable meat analog and welcome veggie option when they need plant-based breakfast, but the texture is consistently described as rubbery, and the roll often comes out either soggy or dried out. The Impossible Breakfast Sandwich ranks at number 9 because while it earns points for offering plant-based variety, the execution is fundamentally flawed by Starbucks' grab and reheat model. Carl's Jr. Hearty's Breakfast Burger claims number 8 as the indulgent monster that turns breakfast into a full-contact sport. Carl's Jr. and Hearty's have been known for oversized, indulgent burgers since the 1990s. And their breakfast burger applies that same philosophy to morning meals. This beast features a full burger meets breakfast, beef patty, fried egg, bacon, American cheese, hash browns, and ketchup mayo on a sesame bun. The sandwich has been on and off menus for years, generally available during morning hours, with some markets carrying it broader. It represents the chain's commitment to giving customers more food than they probably need. The best way to order is adding a slice of cheese or swapping sauces like barbecue or hot honey to offset the richness, and asking for fresh hash rounds for optimal crunch. People describe it as indulgent and huge, a legitimate brunch in a bun. But it can be messy and heavy, with quality varying by location. The breakfast burger ranks at number 8 because big flavor and novelty score points, but greasiness and inconsistency hold it back from the top tier. It's impressive, but not necessarily breakfast for most morning routines. McDonald's sausage biscuit with egg earns number 7 as the Southern-inspired comfort that's better than their muffin offerings. McDonald's added biscuits to their breakfast menu in the 1980s as they expanded into Southern markets, where biscuits were preferred over English muffins. The sausage biscuit with egg features a buttermilk biscuit with sausage, egg, and cheese, representing McDonald's attempt to capture Southern breakfast traditions. This sandwich has been a long-running menu anchor available during breakfast hours, showing McDonald's understanding that regional preferences matter in breakfast foods. The best way to order is requesting a fresh biscuit if they're pulling new trays and adding grape jelly or hot honey for moisture and flavor contrast. We don't have sales data on this, but people say it tastes better than the McMuffin when fresh, but it still leans dry without extra sauce or condiments. McDonald's sausage biscuit with egg ranks at number 7 because it's comforting and classic, but needs perfect timing or condiments to shine. It shows improvement over their McMuffin sandwiches, but still suffers from the dryness issues that plague McDonald's breakfast offerings. Whataburger's breakfast on a bun secures number 6 as the minimalist regional classic that proves simple can be satisfying. Whataburger has been serving breakfast since the 1970s, and their breakfast on a bun, affectionately called Bob, represents their straightforward approach to morning meals. It features fresh egg, American cheese, and bacon or sausage on a toasted bun. Simple ingredients executed well. This sandwich is a longtime Whataburger staple available during breakfast hours, with the chain famously offering late-night breakfast in many markets, making it a favorite among shift workers and night owls. The best way to order is the Sausage Bob with added jalapenos or Whataburger ketchup. with some customers adding a hash brown patty inside for extra texture and carbs. People describe it as simple, satisfying, and customizable. Not flashy, but very dependable when hot off the grill. Whataburger's B.O.B. ranks at number 6 because it's a minimalist regional classic that delivers great execution at its best. It's just not as engineered for wow factor as the top 5, but it represents honest breakfast food done right. Taco Bell's breakfast. Crunchwrap wraps up the top 5 as the innovative format that changed how we think about portable breakfast and proved Mexican-inspired morning meals could work. Taco Bell launched breakfast in 2014 with the Crunchwrap as their flagship item. Applying their expertise in handheld Mexican-inspired foods to the morning meal. The Breakfast Crunchwrap features a griddled tortilla folded around scrambled eggs, cheesy sauce, hash brown, and sausage or bacon, creating a completely sealed, mess-free breakfast experience. The engineering behind the Crunchwrap is actually impressive. The tortilla is folded in a specific hexagonal pattern that creates structural integrity, while the griddling process seals the edges and creates textural contrast. The hash brown element is crucial here. It provides the crunch factor that gives the sandwich its name and creates a textural experience you can't get from traditional breakfast sandwiches. The cheesy sauce acts as both flavor enhancer and binding agent, keeping all the components together during eating. This sandwich is widely available during breakfast hours and represents Taco Bell's successful expansion beyond their traditional late-night audience into the competitive breakfast market. The best way to order is adding Fire or Diablo sauce and considering extra cheese or creamy jalapeno for additional flavor punch. The Breakfast Crunchwrap ranks at number 5 because the form factor and balance are excellent, creating a truly portable breakfast that doesn't fall apart. It needs sauce to unlock full flavor potential, but when properly customized, it delivers a unique breakfast experience that stands apart from traditional sandwich formats. McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles earns number 4 as the sweet, savory innovation that became a breakfast icon and changed the game forever. McDonald's introduced McGriddles in 2003 after extensive R&D to create maple-infused griddle cakes that could function as buns. The sandwich features sausage, egg, and cheese between these revolutionary cakes that taste like pancakes but maintain structural integrity like bread, creating a unique, sweet, savory breakfast experience that had never been attempted at scale. Real maple syrup is baked into the griddle cakes, creating pockets of sweetness throughout, rather than just surface flavor. This technique took McDonald's food scientists years to perfect, ensuring the maple flavor wouldn't make the bun too sweet or structurally unsound. The result is a breakfast sandwich that delivers the comfort of pancakes and sausage in a handheld format. The best way to order is getting it hot and fast after cooking and pairing with black coffee to cut the sweetness. People describe it as an iconic sweet-savory combo that delivers unmistakable comfort, though the texture can get soggy and mushy if it sits too long under heat lamps. McGriddles ranks at number 4 because it has an unmistakable flavor identity and comfort factor that creates genuine cravings. The occasional texture penalty when not fresh keeps it just shy of the podium, but it's undeniably innovative and represents McDonald's at their most creative, proving they could still innovate decades after creating the breakfast sandwich category. Chick-fil-A's chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit secures number 3 as the Southern breakfast perfection that sets the gold standard for biscuits. Chick-fil-A has been serving breakfast since the 1980s, and their chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit represents their mastery of Southern breakfast traditions. It features their signature crispy chicken breast with folded egg and cheese on a buttered biscuit that's made fresh every 20 minutes throughout the day. A commitment to freshness that most chains abandoned long ago. The biscuit is the real star, made from scratch, using a recipe that creates the perfect balance of flaky exterior and tender interior. Chick-fil-A's biscuits are rolled and cut by hand rather than machine-formed, which creates the irregular texture that allows butter to pool in the crevices and creates those coveted flaky layers. The buttermilk tang provides the perfect acidic contrast to the rich chicken and cheese. Their chicken breast is hand-breaded and pressure-cooked, using the same technique as their regular chicken, ensuring the breakfast version maintains the same quality and flavor that made Chick-fil-A famous. The chicken is substantial enough to cover the entire biscuit, preventing those frustrating bites that are all bread and no protein. The best way to order is the spicy chicken version, adding honey, jelly, or Chick-fil-A sauce for extra flavor complexity. People describe it as southern, flaky, and craveable, with the minor complaint that the chicken sometimes doesn't cover every bite of the large biscuit. Chick-fil-A's chicken biscuit ranks at number 3 because it nails biscuit quality and chicken execution better than any other fast food chain. It's the best classic Southern breakfast sandwich in fast food, representing authentic flavors and textures that create genuine delight and prove that traditional techniques still matter in fast food. Whataburger's Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit claims number 2 as the cult favorite regional icon that inspires genuine devotion and late-night pilgrimages. Whataburger introduced the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit as a limited-time offer that became so popular it earned permanent menu status after customers literally petitioned for its return. This sandwich features crispy chicken on a buttermilk biscuit drenched in honey butter, a combination that sounds simple but creates an addictive sweet savory experience that's become legendary in Texas and beyond. The honey butter is made fresh daily using real honey and butter, creating a glaze that penetrates the biscuit rather than just sitting on top. The chicken is hand-breaded and cooked to order, maintaining the crispy texture that provides contrast to the soft, honey-soaked biscuit. The HBCB is served during breakfast hours, but also during late-night windows in many places, making it accessible to Whataburger's diverse customer base of early risers, night shift workers, and anyone who's ever had a 2 a.m. craving for something sweet and satisfying. The cultural impact is undeniable. The HBCB has its own social media following, with fans posting photos and declaring their devotion. It's become a Texas cultural touchstone that represents the state's approach to food, bold, indulgent, and unapologetically satisfying. The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit ranks at number 2 because it's a legend for a reason. Distinct flavor profile, great texture, and huge fan devotion that borders on obsession. It's only edged out by a more universally balanced number 1 option that doesn't require regional loyalty to appreciate. Taking the number 1 spot is Wendy's Breakfast Baconator, the perfectly engineered indulgence that represents the evolution of breakfast sandwich craft. Wendy's launched their national breakfast program in 2020 with the Breakfast Baconator as their flagship offering, applying decades of burger-making expertise to the breakfast category. This sandwich features a sausage patty, plenty of applewood bacon, fresh egg, American cheese, and Swiss cheese sauce on a premium bun, each component carefully chosen to create the ultimate breakfast indulgence. The Swiss cheese sauce acts as both flavor enhancer and structural binding agent, preventing the sandwich from falling apart while adding creamy richness that ties all the components together. This isn't just melted cheese, it's a proprietary sauce that took Wendy's months to perfect. The applewood bacon is thick-cut and cooked to the perfect balance of crispy and chewy, providing textural contrast and smoky flavor that complements rather than competes with the sausage. The fresh egg is cooked to order, ensuring optimal texture and temperature when the sandwich is assembled. What sets the Breakfast Baconator apart is the engineering. Every component is sized and positioned to create structural integrity while maximizing flavor in each bite. The premium bun is sturdy enough to handle the substantial filling without becoming soggy, while the Swiss cheese sauce prevents ingredient slippage that plagues other loaded breakfast sandwiches. The Breakfast Baconator earns the #1 spot because it achieves the best flavor-to-heft-to-mess ratio in fast food breakfast. It's indulgent but balanced, widely available, and consistently delivers a wow bite that justifies getting up early. Wendy's proves that when you apply burger expertise to breakfast sandwiches, you can create something that's both satisfying and manageable. The holy grail of morning fast food. There you have it. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator takes the crown as America's best fast food breakfast sandwich. We are as surprised as you are. From the dry reliability of McDonald's classics to the perfectly balanced indulgence of Wendy's masterpiece, this ranking shows that breakfast sandwich excellence comes from understanding what people actually want in the morning. Substantial hunger relief without an overwhelming mess, bold flavors that wake up your taste buds, and consistent execution that makes every bite worth the early alarm. What do you think? Did your go-to breakfast sandwich get robbed? Or do you agree that Wendy's deserves the crown? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more food rankings that help you make better drive-thru decisions. Until next time, keep your breakfast game strong and your mornings delicious.